What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I don't know much about acorns. I don't ever remember having any fallen from a tree before, and I don't know if it's the squirrels are eating them up, because we do have a lot of squirrels here, but it seems like I got all these broken damn chunks and stuff of acorns. Good God. There must be having a feast on here in the damn tree. And I got to remember to start wearing my shoes, because it hurts when you step on acorns with bare feet. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, years ago, many, many years ago, I watched a movie by Adam Sandler. I think he wrote and directed it, where he played a serious role. It was probably the worst movie I have ever seen in my life. Punch Drunk Love. It was hideous. I think I would rather watch that movie right now instead of watching what I just watched for about the last 3.5 hours. I think we have now, we've heard the story about the greatest game ever played. I think we just watched the worst game ever played in the history of football. It was a throwback game because you literally wanted to throw it back. You had the blocked field goals. I think you had about 9 sacks. Hell, you probably had 18 penalties. You had some of the worst passes overthrown, thrown late, thrown behind. And when they were actually thrown decently, there were drops left and right. It was so damn ugly. And I'm old enough to remember when people would say, I'll take Russell Wilson over Dak Prescott. I remember the offseason, the Cowboys don't want to win. We want to win, we trade for Russell Wilson. And I kept saying, I don't think that Russell Wilson is the same guy that he was years ago. Russell Wilson was awful. That interception he threw in the end zone, my God. Listen, there was a stat that came across the board that said, never in the history of football have 2 quarterbacks that have at least 4 Pro Bowls, each with 4 Pro Bowls, ever gone through a game and not had a touchdown. Well, lo and behold, that shit happened tonight. Not only that, it went into overtime. And I'm sitting here, and Michael was 100% right. Here it is. The Colts kick a field goal in overtime, right? Denver is getting down the field. They get down the 6-yard line, and that's where they bogged down. It's 4th down and 1. The way this game's going, you kick the field goal. But just like it was so crazy because it seemed like there was timeout after timeout. It's like, can this thing just ever end? And they went for it. I thought maybe they're coming out to try and draw them off sides. But no. They went for it. And guess what? Incompletion in the end zone. It was so bad that Denver fans were walking out at the beginning of the 4th quarter. This Thursday night game, they got a bonus hour out of it, but it was literally unwatchable. And this is the thing about football now. Everything is about getting that money. Amazon is paying $1.2 billion for Thursday Night Football. They got great telecasts. They got the look of the field looks so great. They got a lot of talent and stuff. But there's just not enough time. Between Sunday to have a game ready for Thursday, where you can really make a game plan. There's not enough time for the players to heal from the other game. And quite frankly, it just was bad. It was not worth watching. If it wasn't for doing a live stream and being with you guys, I would have been asleep. I definitely would have been asleep. And I'm old enough to remember when people were saying, all we need is Russell Wilson. You know, Russell looked old. Russell looked slow. Russell looked like he had no velocity. Russell looks like he can't run anymore. And Matt Ryan, dude, ain't no ice left. It's all melted. They got the win. But basically, it was just, I don't even know what to call it right now. Jeez. It literally made me look at the Dallas Cowboys offense and say, wow, with Cooper Rush, we got a high-flying, high-scoring offense. 12-9. 12-9. Okay, enough about that game. The thing that I will say that I am excited about actually is the fact that Mike McCarthy seems like, I don't give a rat's ass, I'm in charge. He's going into the play calling meetings, Cooper Rush. He's holding the play sheet. He's seeming like he's involved. He's actually got a little bit of bravado now. When asked, hey, how you feel about being 5.5-point underdogs? He actually manned up. I can't remember exactly what he said because that game just made my mind go blank, but basically said, we're nobody's underdog, which I will take a lot. I think is a lot better than the Johnny fuck around don't work around here. Johnny fuck around don't work around here. But I feel like I was saying this, and I'll probably go into this a little later because I'm just worn out from this game. But I remember how the Cowboys used to do business with everything, where they had control of everything and did everything, and it felt like Jerry was just about calling the plays. But I feel like they stayed away from Dan Quinn and the defense, and that Dan Quinn got all the pieces that he wanted for the defense. And I think the defense was so bad in 2020 that they just said, we don't even want to touch it. We'll let somebody else deal with it. And that Dan Quinn did so good with it that maybe the Joneses looked at that and say, well, damn, maybe we should let Mike McCarthy have a little more leeway here. And I think that they're actually doing that because they're looking like they're doing some things that are a little different. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just like tainted because, we didn't play any games like this one. My God, it was so ugly. It was so ugly. It was so ugly. And maybe Mike McCarthy can get this shit together. But that game wore me out. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And let me end this with this. I always do. Tell the people you love them. Because you might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. God willing, I'll see you tomorrow.